You talked about Westport in your presentation, and I didn't. I don't remember. I get that. What was the mention? What did you mention about Westport?
So we had our internal auditor, Mr. Brunson, has conducted an audit of the franchise fees collections from Waste Pro, and he has identified $1.8 million that we're owed, and we're demanding from
What it is?
the, the franchise fee. We were underpaid over 3 years, so we're requesting to collect the money.
Explain me. I don't understand. Repeat it.
Waste Pro should have
Waste
been paying us money. They weren't paying
that
it
they
to
did.
us.
They,
How
did-
much?
they not.
How
They,
m-
they shorted us 1.8 million.
a question. They owe the city $1.8 million
That is correct.
throughout what period? From
Going back 3 years.
okay, that's been from 16 to 19, or from 15 to 18.
16 to 18.
16 to 18. They owe the city $1.8 million, right?
That is correct.
And you put the whole thing in the budget
Yes.
to balance
Well,
it.
it's yeah. Well, it's a charge. It's in. Is that in charges for services, Rosalind?
Can yeah,
Is it? Is
Did
that in
you-
charges for services? The franchise fee?
the $1.8 million.
Oh no.
That
It's in miscellaneous. Yes, so it's in there.
that's when you're gonna use that one. You use that $1.8 million number to balance the budget,
Yes.
right?
Correct.
Are we gonna collect it?
Yeah.
And how do you plan to collect that one lump sum money in 1 year?
Well,
A demand letter to
yes.
the vendor,
Okay, let's see.
because they
I'm
remember
not gonna
they
give them tools.
No.
I'm,
keep in mind they collected the revenue. They charged
we
the customer.
we understand.
Okay, all right.
We understand. That's mean. When did you realize that?
When the auditor literally just issued the audit report, he had been working on it last 4 or 5 months. So we got the final.
Who up here got the report?
It should have been distributed by my staff. So
When?
maybe I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Is anyone up the report
It's the actual audit
Oh,
report.
the audit? No.
from
not yet.
Westport that?
No,
It's not from Waste Pro, it's
From
from-
Bronson.
it's from Brunson.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about franchise fee from Westport, $1.8 million. Scott didn't do nothing. That's when
No,
you
no,
have the report.
I knew it. I just
You
didn't-
knew
yeah.
it, but you
I
don't have the actual
report.
report. Okay,
Well, I don't
we
have
know.
it right
Okay.
now. But
I
Okay,
didn't know
okay.
about that either.
Okay, and when the finance.
The report was issued last week, so we have
Oh, okay.
it's actually on my desk. We got the packet last week.
What
So-
you gonna do with it?
No, we'll distribute it to the council, because it's made to the council and management.
How come we don't have it? Okay. When are you planning on moving forward and request that $1.8 million in order for you to present a budget where, in good faith, you know that you're gonna receive that, and they're committed to issue that check for $1.8 million.
I mean, it's an ongoing process. They're aware. They are currently aware that they owe us the money.
Okay.
So what if we get the money before the end of September 30th?
It's fine. It's remember that we're going back into the cash versus allocation discussion. So once we receive it, we can appropriate it and use it in a future budget.
But then we have to take it out of the budget.
Say that again?
Then we have to take it out of the budget.
No,
If
you
we've
don't.
already received
No,
You can
no,
roll
no.
over the money
yeah,
into the
yeah.
next
It's not
fiscal year.
receivable if we have it, right?
You're
if-
you're
if
you are
we-
you are confusing accounting with budget. When we get money, we have it in the bank. You guys can allocate it as you see fit. That's what you're doing in the budget. Doesn't matter the timing of the receipt of the cash.
Okay.
Okay, and, okay, $1.8 million. You're thinking on adding $1 million to the reserve in order to cut the deficit, right?
Yeah, to reduce it by $1 million.
What are the major change you are going to do instead of just, not just, we're talking about major cut,
Yes.
like, give me
as-
some example of
Well,
major cuts you anticipate.
so right
to do.
now, we don't have the detail of it. What we've done is we've figured out what the number is. That number is 5.6 million. We have done a numerical exercise, if you will, to prorated on a prorated basis, assign a dollar amount to each department based on their fiscal allocation in the budget. And we'll have to go the next 2 weeks. Actually, they're due next Wednesday. Is it next Wednesday? Next Thursday. We've asked each of the department directors to go into their budget and identify the cuts for that match to their number. So as part of that report, they're also going to talk to me about, okay, if we cut X, what is that? What is the impact, the service impact? My commitment is, and it was in my memo to you, we will do these cuts, but we will maintain service levels.
But
So-
if you let that in the end of directors, you know what's gonna happen. They're
What's
not
gonna
gonna
happen?
cut staff. They're gonna cut service.
Well, like I just said to you on the record, I am committed to not impacting service levels because one of the priorities that you all identified in the retreat is that you want us to be customer and constituent focused. So that's what we're gonna be.
Are you planning on reducing the administration staff?
Yes, there will be some administrative reductions that we're already looking at.
In terms of percentage, do you have an idea?
I don't have the number right now, sir.
The calculation of $1 million is based on that.
The
Also?
the calculation of the $1 million is based on the total of everything. So additional revenues, it's the net. It's just, we knew we had to put something in the budget against the deficit, and so we started with a goal of $1 million.
In your plan to balance the budget, you anticipate a reduction of $1.4 million reduction from the pension fund,
It's already there.
based on what?
The actuarial report of our payment that we have to make on October 1st.
I don't know.
So every year our pension actuary does an analysis to determine what our pension payment's gonna be for the upcoming fiscal year. They've already done that, and the ERIP and all that stuff is now flushed out of the plan. So as a result, on one of our plans, the payment next year has gone down by 1.4 million. So that's already realized.
Are you telling me that the EREP system work or?
No, I'm just
No?
saying the
Oh.
financial impact to our payment has run its course.
Okay, okay.
Not
That's
that
when-
the ERIP worked.
And you
Most
use.
of them don't work.
Depends on your
I,
point of view.
I wanna. Okay, that's when the $1.4 million is
Reduction in the pension
Okay,
payment
this
is
one,
there.
that one you already have.
It's already, we already got it. It's already in the bank, if you will.
Okay. You stated that you're planning on reducing the administration, make it smaller, right?
Yes, we'll
Did-
be doing that. You know, I think you're looking for a number, or I don't have that right now, because it will be strategic, you know.
Okay.
You know, we'll go through my office, everybody's office, to go through and see if there's, we will have to have those reductions. But again, my commitment is not to affect service levels.
Okay, and at, go ahead, go ahead.
Real question. When you say service, what do you mean? Because I like that
What
word.
happened?
No, he said service, so I want to know what service.
So-
Not lead.
It's everything. Police service,
No, not the
sanitation
police. We know.
service,
Customer service.
Oh,
customer service, like, I don't want to impact our constituents' experience when they deal with the city. So I'm not going to be cutting the swimming program, if you will.
No, that's
I
yeah.
won't
no,
be
we
I
ain't
won't
talking
be
about that.
eliminating summer camp.
I
know,
got you.
those-
So the
those
front
type-
line,
the
the
front
people
line
who deal with the
services.
public, we're not touching.
we're not touching.
Okay, we got you. Okay, I'm on board with that. Okay.
We're not gonna cut service. Yes, people are gonna have the same amount of service. And at the retreat, we talked about affordable housing, and based on the survey done by the Florida International University, they make some recommendations, and I ask you to include that in the budget as an aggressive plan to deal with affordable housing or workforce housing in the city. And when you outlined the budget, I didn't see anything about addressing that issue.
So the sources that we are looking into right now are not general fund sources. We have our $1 million of HUD allocation that we already use towards it. I'm working with the CRA director to actually set aside $1.5 million on the CRA side, which we are legally required to do housing by our interlocal. So based on the increase in revenue we had this year, I've allocated $1.5 million for affordable housing in the CRA budget. And then I know you and I talked about a very large number. You'd like to be closer to $3 million. We'll have to kind of juggle it up, but it is in the total budget packages that you will approve. There is significant dollars towards affordable housing.
You will have a
Yeah.
line item addressing affordable
Yeah.
housing and all the policies that you're gonna put in place
Correct.
for the year.
Well, we won't know the projects per se. You'll have the dollar allocation.
Yeah. Another question, people talking about events. Will you have a line item in the budget explaining exactly what we are going to spend on events, every single of them,
Yes, sir.
all
Based
the
on
official ones?
yes, based on my conversation with you and your colleagues that are sitting with you, we will do a very detailed event with a specific budget attached to it, and that will be a schedule that'll be in the budget book.
And secondly, I think Vice Mayor Carol Keys talked about it, about the discretionary fund, and said it like any events over $5,000. I would like to see a bigger resolution throughout the city. Any events over $5,000 need to be voted by mayor and council.
Okay.
That's when it's not just discretionary, it's across the board. And
Well, and do you consider, so when you have the budget, when we present you with the budget, and you're gonna have a detail of events in that budget, and it'll say,
if you tell me 100,000 for 150,000 for Beer Fest, and it's stated in the budget 150,000 for Beer Fest,
you consider.
I don't need. I
Right, you
don't
consider,
need it.
that was my question. You
Exactly.
consider that approved?
Anything, any
Okay,
line
I got
item
you.
in the budget stated $4,000 for 4th of July. This for Haitian Heritage Month, or
got
this
you.
one, we don't need anything
we're-
for
we're
that
on-
because we're gonna be voted on it.
Right.
But anything was not in there
there.
specifically stated that, and we need the
Like we
resolution
like we
that.
discussed, to
Then
bring that item before.
I remember last year I asked you, for example, do we have tropical night? You say, yeah, is in the budget,
Yes,
but there is nowhere to find that.
I got you.
But this year I would like
I
to
will have a
see
schedule.
whatever it is, we can see it, because you don't tell me you put 300,000 for something miscellaneous in the budget, and after that, when I ask you where the money is coming from, you said this is where it was. We need details and everything
Okay.
in the budget when it comes to event and things like that. And for discretionary fund, discretionary is discretionary. Unless if we committed to reduce that or eliminate that, I don't mind. But if we're gonna call it discretionary, you have to say discretionary, and I don't think we need another council approval for any expenses from the discretionary fund. I don't know what my colleagues think about discretionary fund, me, and I'm always in budget. That's mean I never bypass I always have money in my budget when it comes to, I don't want to specify. That's mean I always have money in my discretionary fund for expenses.
Mr.
That's
Mayor.
mean it's just a proposal. I received a
Which,
letter
yeah.
about some homeowners association and asking me to, if I want to commit it to eliminate the discretionary. Let me state it, first of all, we just had an election. It was not a part of the question that the constituent asking me, or it was just a few. But I don't mind if, for transparency, for whatever you want to call it, if a majority on the council feel like we should eliminate that, I don't have any problem with that. That's
Mr. Mayor, if you may
Yes,
allow
sir,
me.
go ahead.
I received the same email, and I told the manager respectfully, I don't have any issues with it. It is what it is. Anybody can spend it as they see fit to their own particular. If you want to do sidewalk, go ahead. And if you want us to approve it, which I don't really care because it's called discretionary, that's on you. And every receipt or every organization, and I think staff does check something because it's giving the impression that we are giving money to illegal organization, or which is not fair. And it's I'm a little tired of it. If you don't give money because you don't have those folks coming to you, that's fine. But if you have organization that's coming to other council members and asking for something, and you want to demonize or talk about the nature of it, there's guidelines. I don't think I have ever given past 5,000, or maybe once or twice I did, and then you told me we have a guideline, let's do under 5,000. It's usually 1 or 2,000 or 500 there, and most of it I give to the educational board. I gave almost $7,500 to the on the Give Day Miami. You know, I'm going after Miguel, trying to get matched from giving to the everybody give. It is what it is. I used to give to homeowners. I used to give little amount, whatever the case is. But it is what it is. Other cities use it for whatever. And I'm with the mayor. If we want to eliminate it, that's fine. Like I said, everything was on the table. But don't talk about $70,000 that somebody's giving it to organization where you could see which organization they do. And these are organizations in the community that's serving the kids, the elderly, or the poor. If you want to question them, that's fine. But let's talk about everything else. Don't talk about one item like the discretionary, like the $70,000 is what make us with the $8 million budget. That's really, really unfair. It only started 3 years ago. My thing with it, if they want to give more, I'll take more. I'm okay with the 70. If we want to reduce it collectively, I'm okay with that also.
we not have 70. Let's
20
make
is-
it.
20
We
is
not-
for
we
trees.
not
Was
have
The
70.
20s, the 20 for
20.
well, however 50, however, yes, sir. But that's my
I think
humble
I
opinion
think I don't know. I ask the administration to bring a plan on not just administrative regulation on how to spend the discretionary. I would like to bring something for mayor and council to vote on, because you're gonna have, because the point it it's administrative
No,
things.
so right now it's an administrative reg, but I
Yeah.
can just bring that as an ordinance.
Yeah, because that's
Or
to
resolution,
know
whatever it
exactly what can be done, or if we want to reduce that. And also, Mr. Attorney, I have a question for you. And based on our code, right, any residents who feel that, can they bring, I deny them on the agenda?
No.
Like a group of residents? Did he say that somewhere in
It's the right to be heard, Citizens Bill of Rights, I think, but.
no item? I'm not talking about the budget.
No.
Like when propose a resolution to mayor and council now? Okay, okay. Okay.
Yeah, but he's talking about, yeah.
Okay, okay,
anyone
okay.
can do that.
First of all, I
They
talked
can't
ab-
get on the
Okay,
they
okay.
can't get on the agenda
Okay,
just on
okay.
their own, no.
Okay, first of all, I talked about the resolution for the $5,000. Any event over $5,000 need to be approved by mayor and council, not just any events, non-budgeted event. Any event who doesn't have a line item on the budget, because you can put 300 for miscellaneous, and after that you tell me, okay, the money was there for that. Anything was not specified in the budget. When you came about a few, okay, oh no, I'll discuss that another way with you. That's mean you are telling me that when it comes to affordable housing, it's gonna be from the CRA, the fund.
Special revenue and then CRA.
But did we vote on that?
You're going to.
No, did we vote on the allocation already
No.
for
No,
all?
well, no. So the HUD, yes, the HUD, you approve the
breakdown.
The breakdown, yes.
Yeah. That's when it's only a few $100,000, about 300 or 200 something for
No.
housing. No, I'm talking about for only housing.
No, we have. Remember, we have a SHIP and CDBG and
No, I'm talking about only for housing repair and elderly, helping the elderly. Okay.
Is that considered, Mr. Mayor, affordable housing? No.
Housing, when
Housing is housing, right?
no, when you're looking at the plan and the so-called affordable housing, it's a lot of, it's
yes.
more than, it's a combination.
Correct.
It's like, as a matter of fact, we realize that the city is way ahead of that affordable housing by all those beautification, home repair, that those money we've been spending years and years. It's actually a part of affordable housing because the aging
The aging
property
value
of the
property,
city,
yes.
it's over 60 years old. By doing so, we are addressing affordable housing that's been upgrade those properties. People won't be able to afford, as far as roof, windows, and things like that. And I would like to see an aggressive plan addressing that. And that's why I was asking you to put a plan together.
Yep.
And see how can we find $3-4 million to address that, and
just added $1 million.
to add new units, new affordable units in the city.
You know, you just added $1 million, right?
Huh?
$1 million?
You just added $1 million. You said 3 or 4 now.
No.
Scott will be okay if we have anything from Solemia after he get his
park?
his center, and the rest of the money, if there is anything, can be added to address affordable housing and see how many new units can we build.
Yeah,
You are gonna say
yeah, I
something?
was gonna say, for instance, we don't currently collect a developer fee and direct that toward
Impact
affordable
fees
housing.
for
Right, so maybe we add a new level of income that then can go toward
We're-
affordable housing.
Yeah, we're looking at fees that can be
A plan, yeah.
development-related fees that can be dedicated to affordable housing. So that's part of that's in
the
the
plan
overall
that's going to
plan.
be
Yes, yes.
presented to us. Yeah.
Mr. Mayor, now I just remember one of the line items that we discussed. No, it's important because it's in line because we talk about housing, the sprinkler system program. That's very, very important because as I looked at these numbers, the home property value throughout the city has increased a little bit, and especially the market is not doing too well. So investing in beautifying these homes does help us throughout the city.
And it's incorporated in our overall housing
Okay,
plan.
I'm just so
That
as
specifically
part of that,
is-
please,
Yeah.
you know, we need to get that program Oh, thank you.
Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, but, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I just want to bring up, and something's really come to my attention this week, but, you know, we're talking about making homes beautiful and affordable. We have a lot of residents in our city that are really badly in need of just life issues, health issues. We've got people, we've got seniors, we've got disabled that are living in their homes without air conditioning. Because I visited one this week, and we have, you know, there's a lot. We have people kind of preying on these people and taking advantage. But I would, you know, rather than making a house beautiful, I would like to go inside, and if our seniors and disabled and really lower income are living without air conditioning, impact windows are nice, they're a luxury. You know, I lived in a house for
No, it's not.
years without it. But if they've got the roof and it's leaking and it's getting mold, I would like to see us putting funds to really help the most affected. Get them their air conditioner, get the roofs fixed before we make other people's houses beautiful. It's so important. We've got seniors who are just living on a little tiny Social Security, living by themselves, and we have a lot of people like that. So
I totally agree.
we need,
Yeah,
we
no,
need
go
to
ahead, go
help
ahead, go
that.
ahead.
No, I was gonna say I totally agree, Vice Mayor. I was told, Marie, I don't know if we could, you know, the AC thing, but that's critical because there's tons of them. I'm just based on the guideline, Mr. Manager, that I think the HUD guideline. There's certain things that we can't do. From what I was told, and AC was one of them. I would definitely entertain any idea, but I don't think we need to make it any less because I don't think we need to minimize the beautification because the beautification is what's going to make the home value go up. The AC does help a little bit, but there's a system to what we doing. We helping them out, but at the same time, we got revenue coming back to us. Eventually, that's going to make the neighborhood, the whole thing.
Yeah, you have
but
tax
I
increase
do-
and all those things.
Yes,
But
I
I
agree with
asked, I think I already asked the administration in the home beautification program, especially in the city guideline. I understand when it comes to odd, we have to
Right.
respect
That's
the
what I was
federal
gonna say.
guideline. But in the city part, and I asked the housing department already to add AC, to add that in our city guideline. That's mean I think it's already there. I don't know if the house,
Marie,
yeah.
Marie,
But
Marie.
if it's not in, we've been asking. Okay. We've been going. What Vice Mayor Keys just talked about central AC for seniors, and
At the very least,
in
wall
our
units and
policy,
bedrooms.
like the home beautification program, can you increase, or is it there already?
The home beautification, no, it doesn't have that as part of the criteria, but you also have to understand installing an AC unit, central air also entails installing new windows and upgrade the electrical system. Because if you install new AC and the electrical or windows, the air is going out, it defeat the purpose. And if you touch the AC, the electrical is already outdated. You have to upgrade the electrical prior to install the AC. It's not just AC only
And what
when you
about a-
consider AC.
What about a window unit in a bedroom, just so people can sleep in air conditioning?
Window unit is not up to code. Maybe we can consider wall unit
Wall units.
a split.
or
Okay.
split.
Split units.
Okay, okay.
Split?
Yeah.
What they call
Because
split?
it's the same thing that when we eliminate kitchen, that's when if we have to do a kitchen, we have to
You have to
looking
touch
at the
plumbing.
plumbing.
Yes.
That's why we say no more kitchen because we don't want to touch the plumbing. It's a lot of money to upgrade that, and especially for those 40 years
Home.
home certification when it comes to electricity, it's a lot of money to upgrade the system before we can put the central AC.
Yeah, because once you walk into a property touching the AC, you have a lot of things that you have to take into consideration.
Can you do an exception for in the city program to add AC units? Let's say you have a 65 years old.
Wall units, yeah,
Person.
just like we said, wall units, we may consider that when you're doing a new a new housing guideline
Okay.
for the beautifications.
With the same line as what the mayor was asking, so with the split unit, that would be something that it would not be part of
So a split
Right.
unit is, if you've
Yeah.
ever seen it, it's, I usually see them when I travel out of the country. The AC unit sits up high, but there's still a compressor that's attached to
Outside.
the outside of the building. This is just a smaller compressor, so that those units
So
can
you don't
cool
touch
up.
the
Well, no, yeah, you still have to do the electrical.
Electrical
but
and
it's
everything
not,
else.
It's not, you don't have to do the duct work and all
The
that
the
stuff.
whole thing.
So we could investigate if, because I like the line, the vice mayor and the mayor's going, that's definitely something that's very, pleasing to me, because, this is really, really shows the service. So that's something that we could think
Add.
about. We could
We can
think
add,
about.
we can
What
add
is-
it to our city
No,
guidelines.
we already have guideline
Yeah.
for when it comes to home beautification in the home program. We just
That
got to
would be part
add
of
that
it.
component inside that
Split
policy.
system plus
Yes.
windows,
Yeah.
because we cannot just give them AC
Within
without
that room,
windows.
though, within that room or throughout the house.
Where if you're doing the split and then you consider one bedroom, you can go ahead with that, but you
Okay.
need to change the windows as well.
I'm saying the windows in that room, though. Because I'm looking at, my thing is the cost, and then the more the better. That's what I'm saying. So not to the whole house. You're talking about where the unit is.
Yes, because the
yeah,
air
yeah.
will
I got
will
you.
just go
escape.
away.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, because I have.
Okay. Thank you very much. And I think, Vice Mayor Keys talked about Turkey. We spend $30,000 in Turkey.
We could spend 10 and give everybody a turkey.
If you're gonna cut it from the beer fest, some people don't want the beer fest. Cut the beer fest, and it's there's things
Get
that
with 30,000. I mean, how many do you get with the 30,000? The turkeys.
A lot of turkeys. The problem is when we have 4 different events, everybody comes to each event and gets a turkey. Whereas when we did it with you,
yeah,
this-
yeah.
like
Go
the
ahead.
first year we did it, and we combine it, then everybody goes out, everybody gets a nice turkey for Thanksgiving. I think it's a great thing. Everybody gets one, no problem. But when you
30.
have 3, 4 different events, those same people line up and 4 times. We don't have to give people 4. I think we do one nice city event, we do it, we just give it out, and people are happy. And
Just so you, I think, because I
and-
did
and-
it one
and
year
we
with
staff
you.
once. I mean,
Yeah, no, I agree, and I don't know if that was something that we needed to discuss here, because you and we've done event. I think we knew that what was the issue in the past,
just
which
brought
I
it-
don't think we have that issue
I just brought
anymore.
it up last year and bringing it up again.
No, well, last year I don't know.
But
I don't
know
even think I we
turkey
did an event.
distribution is
It's,
important
yeah,
for
it's-
me. I don't know for
It's important.
it's important for.
But it's-
I'll just remind everybody, I've been up here for 20 plus years. I've never had a turkey drive or backpack giveaway.
Yes, because
That's,
your
that's your-
folks, Scott, does not need it.
yeah.
And
My
then you know what
folks-
happens?
My
Listen,
folks are
listen.
west of Biscayne Boulevard.
And you know what
need
they
to
do? They
stop
come
that.
to ours, and
Oh,
and
but-
sometimes no, because sometimes I usually
know-
fight,
Yeah.
but sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
You know, they
I'm-
from
I'm
Center
just-
Court,
I
they
was-
come. What do? I give them a turkey. They
Right.
come for the book bag drive. They bring the kids.
Right.
I give them one because they say I don't have them. And I said that's okay. Because Ms. Brown, the line be way around. If you pass by, it'll be like I'm like, wait, I know all these
Okay,
people. that-
Anybody
And-
who thinks there's a shot in hell of us cutting back events, just throw that idea out right now. It's not happening.
What What event?
Those
Wait.
in the room know who I was speaking to and know what I'm speaking about. Those people that are haranguing this council to cut back on the number of events that we do, it is not happening.
What's not happening?
We are not cutting back on the number of events.
That's
that
what we are doing. There's no events. That's what I said. We need to specify that in the budget, and people will see the budget, and you're gonna vote on it. That's when if you vote for the budget, you vote for those events. We say specify, no miscellaneous items, no nothing. If you're gonna have tropical night, you put it clearly tropical night. If Councilman Galvin vote for the budget, he vote for the item also. That's what we need to specify, because last year when I asked for tropical night, I said yes, it's in the budget, but there's nowhere to identify that in the budget. But for some reason, Arthur Sorry put it in miscellaneous thing, I don't know. And he said, yes, it's there. But this year we want it to be.
I haven't
Oh,
been
you
the
wasn't budget
I haven't been the
director.
budget
Oh,
director
sorry.
for 4 years. so-
Sorry. But okay, I forgot that. But we need to, if we're gonna have something, we need to specify that clearly. Beer Fest, we're gonna spend $150,000 for about $500 people. 90% doesn't live in the city. You put that
I'll motion
clearly.
that we cut Beer Fest and move that money to affordable housing.
Okay, that's mean you already. Okay, that's mean
I think we have a contract. I don't think you can just throw it out.
any contract. I think any contract have a clause where within 30 days we can cancel that. Yes, please. Because me, I don't have events. I don't know. When they're talking about events, they're not talking about me.
I would dare FIU.
I don't know if they're
challenge
talking
us
about
and
Scott,
say that their
but they're
Beer
not
Fest
talking
is-
about me because I don't have events in the city. Like Soirée en Rose, that may be the event people are talking about. It's funded not just by the city. That's been, when they're talking about event, they're not talking about me. I want that to be clear.
So they
to
talking about
everyone.
me. They
I
are
don't know.
talking about
No,
me,
no,
and I'm
no.
okay
Because
with it.
fi-
No,
Bring it
And
on.
I'm not
Bring it on.
over
It's all
budgeted.
good. No, they
We-
talk
we-
about me, and that's
No,
fine.
I
We
want to.
had someone else in the previous budget that also.
Me and the mayor. So the mayor's gone, so it's all me. So bring it all the
No, I
events
just
and
wanna
everything.
make
That's
sure.
fine. No, that's fine, Mr. Mayor.
Thank
no,
you.
No,
bring it
I want to
on.
make sure
No.
because
Can we move to
like
adjourn?
discretionary.
This
This
is
is the
Yes.
thing.
I move to adjourn
Because-
this meeting. This is just
Yes,
veered off
it's
the
getting-
tracks.
Absolutely.
But
because
that's
it
why
was
we
just
have
one
we
thing
have
and
in
then
the
it went from
workshop
events, so
because
that's fine.
there is thing that the residents are
We're-
sending
We're gonna
emails.
hash this out twice in September. I guarantee you that everything we're talking about tonight, we're gonna talk about
Bob
again. then.
Pichon, Bob sent me an email on behalf of the Homeowners Association about the discretionary, right? So, as the president of the homeowner, I answer you. If they wanna, if your council member wanna bring when something on the dais, I'm for it.
I'll move what they want is the elimination of all events. They've asked that. They've sent the letter. I'll move right now. All events be canceled except for 4th of July and Thanksgiving for 1 year.
Everything, let's cancel everything.
Thank,
I don't care. 4th of July, whatever, that I'm with. So let's be
Then
fair.
all events are canceled. No 4th of July. No Thanksgiving.
Good.
Good.
That I'm for. No. That I'm for. If we're doing that, let's do that. Let's be fair. Let's not select which event that we like or which we don't. Let's cancel all of them, which I mentioned at the.
All events are off.
Okay, if we have that, let's
all
do that.
events. No turkey drives.
do
No
that.
backpack drives.
I
no
do
4th
not
of
care
July.
for
No
none of them.
Thanksgiving.
Let's do that.
Nothing.
None.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's get back to being grown ups in the room.
No,
That's
we're not voting. We're
possible.
just
Councilwoman,
entertain the
please don't
residents.
lecture on who's a
That's
grown up
not-
and who's not a grown up.
We're not
Please don't
voting
choose
on
that word.
nothing. Please, we're not voting. We just that's why we invite the residents so we can discuss and we can give the administration guidelines and our thought on what we would like to see in the budget. That's been, and also we are receiving letters and from homeowners association. It's look like there is something that the East want it, but the West don't want it. When in reality, everybody want it. They just don't want to stay. That's mean, let's bring it clearly, and let's discuss that.
I don't mind the events. I think if we do it and we budget them and we stick to the budget, we've got no problem. I just think we went way overboard.
We just want everybody to take responsibility for the vote and the action. Don't sit behind and send someone said no, and then in the meantime, and
What are you referencing, Mr. Mayor?
huh?
What are you referencing? I don't
I'm
follow.
talking about two residents. Some residents send me emails or texts or things that they want to see, like things they don't want to see. It's look like in the west side, in the east side, they want this, and everybody in the east side want that, but it's us from the west side, we don't want it, when in reality, let's put everything on the table and let's discuss that as a growing up person. Like for events, let's bring all the events together. I'm gonna take responsibility for the events that I sponsor, that I wanna see in the city. Everybody bring it and we vote, and the resident can know exactly. Mayor Bien-Aimé is responsible for that one. Scott is responsible for this one, and everybody's responsible. Now when you're addressing and us here, you know exactly who you're talking to, because people are sitting behind things and said, okay, I want this, I don't want to see this. It's like today, you want this because it's in your favor, and next year you don't want it because it's against your will, and let's be clear and
I would second Councilman Galvin, no events, so there won't be nobody bringing nothing.
that's not
It'll
what we
be
said.
clear.
We said
No,
events. We
I
need to
think that would be-
specify
no,
every
Council-
single
Mr.
event
Mayor, I
and
think-
who's behind it.
Yeah, but
That's
the
what I
who's
want.
behind you? 1 minute we talk about, oh, it's one city, and then the next meeting,
We
this
know-
so no
know
library, no
there's-
MOCA, none of that, none of that. So let's just, so in the budget, we will have so you don't even have to bring your, no, I understand, no, this is still
Train
part
is
of
just
the
gonna roll off the track
budget.
and down the hill for another 20
Exactly,
minutes.
because I don't know how we got into from that, no, because
Now, the
I
budget
think,
workshop is ongoing, Larry.
Yeah.
Honest to God.
that-
If you guys don't think that haven't had this fight at our retreat, we have hashed it out. So residents, you're seeing exactly what we've said to each other behind closed doors, because it was a public retreat. But there is a fundamental difference on this council on what are considered to be necessary events and what are considered to be unnecessary events. And what this council thinks may not be what the residents think. That's why there's an election.
That's what we said. When the budget, put everything in the budget, and you're gonna see it. Like me, Tropical Night, for example, every second Friday of the month, we used to do Tropical Night, and in the plaza, we spent close to $1 million and renovated the plaza. The same way we have Jazz at Mocha, I would like to see Tropical Night.
there won't be that
That's
either.
me, and I'm behind that.
I think all of it.
No, what-
I'm still by what I'm
No,
saying,
the way
Mr.
that
Mayor.
I'm talking about,
I know,
it's like
but
I would like to see that.
I think I'm trying
And
to be
when a resident
be in
call
consensus
me
with them,
and
let's cut
discuss
it all
that
up.
with me,
That's why I
yes,
am.
I can answer a question about it. That's we would like to have a list of events.
And Mr. Mayor, I think that question, if we want to unite the city and all this, let's just do it and
What do you mean
stop.
unite the
No,
city?
because it
Make
gets
it-
to you
we-
because
we cannot
it
z-
gets
you
to a
cannot-
level where it's a BS because you're getting emails all this event. So cut all the events and let's bring a budget. Let's put that money back in there. If we want to look at discretionary, let's do that. Because to me, having a town hall meeting, they calling it an event, I could do that and get a sponsor. So that's fine. If they calling me meeting with my constituent an event, that's fine. We don't even have to do that with the city funds. So let's cut all events, and we're not gonna pick, oh, well, this one is good because this one is celebrate this and that. No, we calling it event, and let's be fair. And I'm trying to be as fair as we can so that
That's fine.
everyone. What I'm saying is, for a year, if that would work, my proposal is stop all the event, no MOCA, none of that. Now programming, I understand that's a little different, and that's the library. But other than that, any event, none of that. Let's just cut it all out, and then let's see. So now, guess what? They will have another complaint, and we'll deal with that complaint as they come.
No, what
Because
we
I
said-
said it before from the first meeting, and the answers still come up. Oh, we have this event. We have this event. So you know what? Hell with it. Cut all events, and let's be done with it, and let's move on to other issues, because we got to balance this budget and this and this and that. So let them, so that all that email, y'all don't have to send me no emails, because I ain't replying to it. So let's talk about real stuff. So
You
no
gonna
events.
reply.
Mr. Mayor, I'm just letting them know. So no events for me, and I'm with Councilman Galvin and Councilman Woman Keys with this one. Whatever the case is, let's be fair. And I know Councilwoman, you and you, because you get to a point where you get tired of it, and I'm up to that point. So, Mr. Manager, I'm asking you, any budget with that, I will not be voting for it. So let's just do with what he's suggesting, cut it for a year, and if we want to do that, because both of us will be on here at the same time, we'll leave it at the same time, we could reconsider it. No turkey, no nothing. So no event. If that's what they consider a turkey, that's fine. And I'll just go on the radio and say, this is what the council decided to do. We just won't have it this year. What we could do, we could go out and try to see if we get some sponsors to do what we do. That's
That's
fine.
not what we say.
No, that's my proposal.
No,
Because
what
I am,
the
you know,
direction
I'm just saying.
that we give the city manager, we don't want him to make decision on which event to approve. First of all, a resolution gonna come before us. Any event over $5,000, we're gonna pass a resolution. We need to bring it before council, right?
But, Mr. Mayor, we said that at the workshop. Obviously, that was not, it's a point, that's my point. We said at the workshop, we all were okay with it. It keep
Which
on coming.
workshop you talking?
The workshop that we had.
The
So
retreat.
The retreat,
the
okay.
retreat that we had. So this, I honestly, I'm thinking that that's the only way, Mr. Mayor. And as much as, let's just do a year. Let's see what happens. Whatever that money is, we'll put it wherever that you see fit, because you got a lot to cut, Mr. Manager. So apply that to that, but let's just be fair across the board and take it from there.
But not everything. Like,
Yeah, why not? I mean, how we saying? But if
I don't
we
want to
being
cut
fair,
everything, but I
that's the
just want to
problem.
bring it on the table.
Oh,
The resident can get to see it. That's
Oh.
what I said.
they can see it
Like
now.
you're gonna
They-
talk about
they-
Mocha, we would like
They
to
will
see.
still say it's.
I want Mocha.
But, oh my God, unbelievable.
Those are the
Thank
things
you.
that.
Move to
Are
adjourn.
we
Second.
done? You sure? Huh?